My first job after law school was as an assistant district attorney out in the country. And for a few years, I was prosecuting all sorts of criminal cases, including murder and manslaughter and vehicular homicide. And I learned very early the impact that the death of a loved one has on the family and loved ones who are left behind. After a few years, I went into a firm where I was defending wrongful death cases for insurance companies, for government agencies, and for corporations. And then for the last 15 or 20 years, I've been handling the plaintiff side, representing families in these cases. When a loved one is snatched from you, you go through the stages of grief, starting with denial and anger, and then eventually reaching a point of acceptance of what the new reality is in your life without this loved one. At some point along the way, when a loved one has died through something that was someone else's fault, you may think about talking to a lawyer about pursuing a wrongful death case. I know that is a difficult decision, and there are a number of things you have to consider. Your motivation may be partly a matter of the need to provide for the family that's left behind, for the surviving spouse and children. It may be partly a matter of wanting to memorialize the person who has died. There was a family in my hometown who were, actually a quite wealthy family whose daughter was killed in a terrible incident involving a train. They didn't need any money, but they wanted accountability, and they wanted that daughter to be memorialized. And they pursued a wrongful death case and then turned around and gave all the money to build a youth center at their church. That is one of the examples of ways people memorialize a loved one who has died. Now, Georgia has one of the more enlightened wrongful death laws in the nation, going all the way back to the 1850s. The measure of damages is the full value of the life of the person who died without deducting anything off of that. And that includes two components. First is the economic value of the life, which would include their lifetime earnings and benefits as are projected out with the help of economists and accountants. The second is the intangible value of the life, the experience of living and loving and enjoying life from day to day. And that is pretty broad and can include a lot of things. A wrongful death case in Georgia belongs first to the surviving spouse and or children. If there's not surviving spouse or children, then it would belong to surviving parents, and if there are no parents, then the administrator of the decedent's estate controls the claim for the benefit of the heirs at law, who may be siblings, nephews, nieces, whatever. Now, if you decide to look into pursuing a wrongful death claim, you want to talk to someone, an attorney who is experienced in handling these cases, who's experienced in trying cases before juries, who understands the insurance law, the tort law, and how to present these cases with clarity and respect and sensitivity, and with respect for the memory of the loved one who has been taken from you. And you want someone who has the experience and wisdom to give you appropriate counsel and will not just make empty promises in order to sign up the case.